Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Alter Ego Podcast. I'm your host, Jack Austin. With me, as always, is the Cyborg.
Yes, it is.
I gotta turn you up. With me, as always, is the Cyborg.
Yes, it is.
Hey, there he is. Mr. Ryan, how are you?
I'm not bad. How are you?
It's a special occasion for Ryan. He was the first to show up.
Oh, my God.
Let's hear it for him.
Do we have a round of applause?
Let's hear it for him.
52
Congratulations, Ryan.
Thank
Miss
you.
Megan, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You're off is what you are.
I'm screaming really loudly.
There she is.
I'm good.
Stop
All right.
pretending to work in the other room.
And I wanted to come say hello because I have to finish something really quick and working in the other room.
And
so
that's when I
don't talk shit about me.
mute you again.
Podcasting is your job now.
Yeah, that's true. You have many other jobs, but this one is... I was trying to do the Full Metal Jacket. It didn't work.
No.
There are many other jobs, and this one is mine. Which actually plays into what you're saying, so that doesn't work. How's your week been?
Not bad. Can't wait for it to be over.
Yeah? Well, today's Thursday for us. It's Monday for people in listener land. So we hope you had a great weekend.
Yeah, now we're just rubbing it in. Their whole week is ahead of them.
Don't worry, we're somewhere out in the world suffering with you.
I'm probably doing wedding planning.
Yeah, you know who else is doing wedding planning? Forge Supply Company.
Oh!
This episode of Alter Ego is sponsored by Forge Supply Company, makers of all natural and organic soaps for men with scents like tropical teak wood, citrus IPA, cypress pine, and so much more. Visit their website at forgesupply.com to order online and use promo code Alter Ego to get 10% off your order and get the beard balm and get the beard oil and all the wonderful new scents.
I can't wait to try that outlaw. Just put my order in. That's the first one I'm trying when I get it.
They actually just extracted sweat from my body, and they made it with that.
You are the outlaw.
I am.
You smell like leather and tobacco.
I'm the prototype. Oh, my God. You know what doesn't smell like leather and tobacco?
Not me.
Tony and Nello's.
I didn't want to step on it.
Tony and Nello. You knew where it was going? Tony and Nello's Southern Italian Cuisine and Grill's a hidden gem that's family-owned and operated on the outskirts of St. Petersburg at 1136 Pinellas Bay Way South, Tierra Verde, Florida. This is a must-try for a homemade Italian lunch or dinner. Just remember to bring your appetites because the portions are very generous. Call for a reservation today at 727-867-3577 and check out TonyandNellos.com. Oh, boy. And, yeah, I know... Mark just gave me a little reminder. There were some ads in the middle of our episode last week. If you listen to those, thank you. I appreciate you.
Thanks for listening.
You're helping
to the
us
public
out.
ads.
Yes, we really do appreciate you listening to the ads for this show because it helps us out a lot. So thank you very much. If you didn't, we still love you. Whatever.
No, you don't. Don't you lie to the people.
Wow.
Actually, last week it was Northern Tool was what came up in my iTunes.
Nice.
Fancy.
Northern Tools.
Yes.
I don't own any Northern Tools, but if they want to sponsor the show, anytime, my guys.
I'm a Southern Tools guy myself.
Yeah, I'm a Southern guy myself as well.
It's just a hacksaw.
Yeah.
Oh, well, whatever. That works. So, did everybody get a chance to watch our feature film that we're going to be talking about today?
Jeez.
Jays? How about you? Yeah?
I actually watched that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow. Well, we'll get into what you thought of it. I know how Miss Megan feels about it, and I know how I felt about it.
Are you tiptoeing around it?
Yeah.
Because it's in the title of the episode. I think they know what it is.
Well, no. I'm not tiptoeing around that.
Oh, okay.
I was tiptoeing
You're
around
like, the
Kong
movie?
versus Godzilla. Yeah. Or Godzilla versus Kong,
Yeah,
I believe it is.
please.
Yeah. That's got to do the actual order. Thank you.
Did you bring wine for the rest of the class?
I was going to say.
She didn't bring beer for anybody.
I'm saying,
I thought about it, but I don't know what everybody wants.
You're still muted. There you
got
go.
a break
me
at
a
30
Coors
minutes. While
Light
we'll
real
Yeah.
quick.
So that's the
I'd be
thing.
happy
That
to
was
get you
one of the
some
biggest
beers.
things you guys talked about. We're like, yeah, we're going there. Now we can start bringing beers and getting a little bit lit. And I'm like, all right, cool. Not seeing a single beer.
I know.
I said we need like a mini fridge hiding in here somewhere, so
Yeah,
it
that's
makes it
true.
easier.
If that worked, we would make it work, but I don't think it would.
If it worked.
I was going to walk out to the porch and grab a beer, but that was like a far walk.
Yo, that is such a lengthy walk.
I was going to stop and get you a Coke based on our conversation from last week, but I didn't have time. I was already late.
Yeah.
Are you a Coke guy? Diet Coke? What
I'm a
Pepsi?
What am I?
He's a Diet Coke, Coke Zero, Diet Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew. Diet
Pepper Mountain Dew?
Dr. Pepper Mountain Dew, all the things.
Diet Dr. Pepper right now is my jam. I like that one.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
really
on
good.
that one too.
Yeah, they do not sponsor our show yet. Well, let's get into it, right?
Maybe one day the big bucks.
We got some juicy news here before we get into Kong versus Godzilla. And
I need a good solid couple minutes for one of them, so I'll let you know when we get there.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Do you know what news we're talking about?
I don't care.
Probably.
If you don't bring it up, I'll bring it up.
This is one that actually Megan brought to the group's attention, but then we posted was The Witcher Season 2 wrapping filming.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys watch that one? Did you watch it?
Nope.
No.
Yeah,
okay, well,
you should.
I'm super stoked about it.
Me too.
I watched the first episode of Season 1 and then went, that was okay. And
What?
then just
After the first episode, you shut it down? Because that was crazy.
I learned
first
that lesson with The Office because the first season of The Office is just terrible. I don't like it. Now I love it, but back when I started it, I was like, no.
It's a hard watch.
Eventually, I got to the good stuff, and that makes me appreciate it now. So now my philosophy is I can't quit on one episode.
Oh, but you can.
I don't want to be a quitter, you know? The new... in other movie news, this is kind of superhero movie news, but there's nowhere really to categorize it. Jupiter's Legacy, the trailer just came out for that, starring Josh Duhamel.
I've never seen any of those.
Nope.
Jupiter Ascending, is that what it is?
No. Jupiter's Legacy. So what I gathered from the trailer, and I don't know anything about the IP.
Oh, I thought this was going off of the film from like 5 or 6 years ago.
No, you're talking about like Jupiter Ascending with
Mila Kunis.
No.
Oh, I thought it was a continuation of that.
This is, I think the superhero's name is Jupiter, and it is his legacy of superheroes who are following him.
Okay.
Is the way I look at it.
Okay.
It was a pretty deep trailer. You should check it out. I think we're going to do some reviewing of this series on this show. And I think it's tiptoeing in the footsteps of a lot of other comics that are getting dark and starting to show some more dramatic subject matter.
This is on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
All right.
Netflix.
Coming out at the same time as Thunderstrike with
Thunderstrike.
with what's her name?
What is it? Oh, yes.
From Bridesmaids? What's her name?
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
Melissa McCarthy?
Melissa McCarthy, yes.
And other people.
The other woman in there is fantastic because she's actually a really, really good actress, like funny or not.
She's the main character in Ma.
Yeah. I can't remember
her name.
Yep.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Who are we talking about?
The black lady. I know. I don't know.
We didn't want to say that, Ryan.
She's a lady.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yep.
Let's see.
It's an identifiable
Superhero
feature.
movie.
I don't
Let's
know
do
what
this.
that. I don't get it.
Let's do this. There she is. It's called Thunder Force.
Thunder Force.
Thunderstruck. Sorry.
Her name isn't Ben Fal. Oh, that's the
can't hear that
producers. Octavia Spencer.
That's her.
Yes,
That's her name.
Octavia, big fan of the show. We love you too.
She was in something else I really liked. I can't remember what it is.
Chances are, if she was in the movie, she was pretty good in it.
Yeah. Never saw Mom.
Okay. They snuck in a clip for a movie that I'm somewhat excited for. Ghostbusters.
Okay.
They show Paul Rudd in a grocery store, just kind of like picking up some items, being Paul Rudd, just being ultra charming. And he walks by, and a bag of marshmallows starts to move. And it's mini marshmallow men
What?
are peeling their way out of the bag. And he's like, "Oh my God, you're adorable!" And then he like puts his finger up to it and it bites him. He's like, "Ah, damn it!" And then it shows like these mini marshmallow men are wreaking havoc all over the grocery store.
We got a mini Groot situation.
I don't
baby
think
Groot?
so. I don't think so. There's tons of them. There are
So more
some
like
that
a
are even on a
Gremlins.
grill with more of them on skewers, and they're cooking each other. One of them was laying on a graham cracker while the other two press down a Hershey's, and one of them has a blowtorch and it's setting all of it on fire.
That is just fucked up enough for me.
I was
love
just
it.
like, all right.
And it's Paul Rudd.
It is Paul Rudd.
I gotta watch this.
Yeah.
I saw a meme of like a little mini Stay Puff, and I'm like, I don't know what this is from.
Yeah, Mini Stay Puft. That's what that's from. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they say. This clip shows Mini Stay Puft. All right, sick.
Cool.
Yeah.
Neat.
Knives Out. The franchise of Knives Out was purchased by Netflix.
Oh.
There's going to be a Knives Out universe
What the hell is Knives Out?
It's a movie that was on Netflix.
Yeah, it was a murder mystery movie.
No, it wasn't on Netflix. It was in theaters.
Was it? Yes.
Yeah.
I watched it on Netflix.
There you go. I have not seen it because it just didn't interest me. But
It's a good movie.
it clearly interested Netflix because Daniel Craig and Ryan Johnson,
Yes.
are going to make $100 million
Yeah.
from Netflix.
I highly recommend that movie.
You know, Netflix, I want a show. I don't care what it's about.
Yeah.
Or what I'm doing.
Yeah.
How about
Throw some
Cop
money my way.
Doctors?
You know what I mean?
Cop
Half
Doctors.
of that. I'm good.
They already did that with medical police, those bastards. The little bit of what Mark's talking about there. On the Seven Lamb Network, I'm in a show with Robert Lamb, and it's called Cop Doctors, and we've been around for a very long time, been releasing for a very long time, and out of nowhere, here comes this show, Medical Police, and they actually say something in the TV show that we have said in the podcast, so, whatever. Netflix, whatever, we could definitely use that mini fridge in the studio, Netflix.
Sponsor us and
wow.
we'll call it even.
All you're asking is for a mini fridge
Hey,
from Netflix.
listen,
Yeah,
and it's not even going to be here. It's going to Mark or to Rob. He lives in a garage.
Yeah, but he has a fridge in his garage. We need a mini fridge in our studio.
I don't want to hear any more negativity out of you. Super Mario Brothers movie. According to Illumination Entertainment, Super Mario Brothers is in priority development and could be in theaters by 2022.
Is this going to be that John Leguizamo type?
No.
No,
freaking
this
hope
is
not.
going to be the iconic Mario and Luigi.
It's Illumination, the company that did like Despicable Me
Yep.
and the
All
Minions.
right.
So it's going to be an animated movie in that
Animated, that's
style,
what I was at.
but
So
in the Mario look.
the picture of Mario and Luigi that you have in your head is what's going to be on screen.
Yeah.
So I feel like there isn't going to be a single person from our generation that isn't going to see this movie.
I better see Mario's nipples.
What I want to know is, well, first of all, that's weird.
Why?
Second of all, Mario has to be, if he's not the most, he's tied for the most recognizable video game character of all time.
Next to what? Sonic?
Not even. I don't even think Sonic can touch Mario.
I think it's Mario.
Yeah. Who is more iconic for all generations in video games that isn't Mario?
The Tetris block where it goes
Yeah, right.
and to the left.
Or the
Actually,
snake.
the only one that could possibly do it is Pac-Man.
That's what I was just about to say,
Yeah.
Pac-Man. But nobody wants a Pac-Man cinematic universe.
At least for like our generation, that's where like he was such a pivotal words part of our like childhood.
Yeah.
That's where the like games became games, and it wasn't just like Pac-Man and 2D. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean it's still 2D, but you know what I mean? Like pixelated.
I still play
Our life
Mario
changed.
games to this day. Right now
yeah.
we're playing Mario 3D World.
I mean-
on Switch. Like we're almost done. We're in the final
We have
level.
we
Nice.
have four
I've
we have
never
four
beat the
games
first Mario.
for the Super
Gotta
NES.
do it, man.
Yeah.
And it's either any of the Mario games or like Donkey Kong. That's it.
That's another guy who could
Donkey Kong.
could show up in the conversation,
Oh,
but I
that could be
still think
fun.
Mario's still number
Oh my
one.
gosh!
And
Donkey Kong's in it.
any video game character where you can hear their voice when you think about them.
Yeah.
Like you
It's
just
a me.
you'll hear it's a me, it's a Mario.
Yeah.
Like you just hear it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Wahoo! Yeah.
I want to say that guy died.
Wah!
What guy?
The guy who plays the voice of Mario.
Yeah, the guy who played the voice of Bugs Bunny has died too, and they still do Bugs Bunny.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying they can redo it.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying.
Backtrack now, why don't you? Okay, on to
left.
other video game properties that are getting their own movies. The Borderlands movie is coming out. Anybody play Borderlands?
No, we've talked about this before.
It is kind of a cool
Yeah.
game to see. I don't play any games. I think everybody knows that. By
It
now.
is the.
It looks like a comic book game.
one of the best. Yeah, very, very well said.
Yeah.
It is in the likeness of a comic book. I think it's really cool. That universe lives out loud for sure. They don't pull any punches. They love to do over the top, including what they invented as the loot explosion. When you kill the boss and loot just explodes out of them, that there's not a more gratifying feeling in games than when that happens. But anyway, they said something. I'm like, why do they have to say this? Like, they're saying, hey, essentially, our movie is going to be true to the game, but it's not going to be the same exact story as the game. they're going to have different stories told in the Borderlands universe. I'm like, what? Who wants to play the game or watch the movie that's exactly like the game?
A lot of people.
Nerds. Yeah,
so
they're
they're trying to mitigate all that expectation right now.
You get those characters that you want, right?
Yeah.
You get those people that are the classes you like. You get the handsome Jack, who is the titular bad guy, I think, for the series. Whatever. You get that, be happy with it.
Well, it's funny because you say who wants to see the same exact thing, but it's the same thing with video games.
Yeah.
When Age of Ultron wasn't exactly like Age of Ultron, everybody crossed their arms and went, it's not exactly the same as the comics.
That's true.
But who wants that?
Yeah.
You already, if you're familiar with it.
I have moved on from that, and you're right. And my biggest, I don't know what it was, where I'm on both sides of it, is Thor Ragnarok, because I want the
That's
Ragnarok
true.
story, but at the same time, I want something different, and Thor calls me out in that movie, as he does everyone else who feels that way, when he goes to Loki and he goes, every time I trust you, you stab me in the back, you betray me. It's boring. We do the same thing over and over again. And why would you want that? You can't have the same thing. We got to change it up.
Talk about like the best little Easter egg
and
ever
they turn around
in the
and point
history
at
of movies.
the
Yeah,
camera.
they're like,
He's like,
all of
no,
you.
it's actually, he says it as he's leaning over Loki, so it looks like he's leaning over and looking into the camera. I was
pretty
like,
spectacular how it's done.
I was in the theater
right,
like,
Taika.
I feel seen right now.
in this
so
dark
hard.
theater.
I have been triggered.
Yeah. Randall Park. Anybody know who that is? You probably know who that is.
Yeah.
Randall Park?
I love that man.
Randall Park? Do you know who that is?
Is that a place or a person?
It's a person.
Randall Park is right down the street. Beautiful slides.
Agent Wu?
Yes, I love Agent Wu.
Agent Wu is getting his own directorial debut with a movie called Shortcomings. He is co-directing it with somebody else whose name I didn't write down, but still, good for him.
Yeah.
I want to see what
He's a creative guy.
For real. For him
And
to
he's
make somebody
hilarious.
as deadpan as Jimmy Woo to be so enticing. I mean, I was like, as soon as he showed up in WandaVision, I was like, oh, yes! I want him to make sleight of hand magic reference. Anyway, doesn't matter.
After WandaVision was over, I just looked up Randall Park stand-up on YouTube, and there was like a 12-minute story about him getting diarrhea. It is one of my favorite stand-ups ever.
Really?
It is so good.
One of my favorite stand-ups that I'm going to send you after this is Tom Segura.
I love Tom
talking
Segura.
about his favorite episode of Scared Straight.
I've not
If
heard
you
that.
haven't Googled that, Google it. That he goes, that's why I walk down the street and go, bikes! and scream it.
That's going to be so funny to me after
Yeah.
I watch this video.
Yeah, it is. It is. Anyway, so on to more news. I'm trying to burn through this because I know we got a lot of things to talk about. LeVar Burton, a.k.a. Geordie LaForge, a.k.a. the host
he's a
of
Reading Rainbow.
Reading
man, bro.
Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow.
I knew she was going to take it high.
Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow. There is a big campaign right now to get him to take over for the late, great Alex Trebek
Which I think would be.
I can see that.
as the host of Jeopardy.
I buy it.
He's a very likable man.
Yeah.
What's not to love?
Yeah. What are their objections to this? Do it.
There's no objectives. Objections. Stephen Colbert tweeted, he was like, he should do this with comms as his microphone and phasers for buzzers and just call it Star Trek.
Oh, my gosh.
I was like, yes.
It'd be great.
Hit the button, it makes a little sound.
Yeah, right.
Oh, awesome.
Let's set your answers from stun to kill. I'll see myself out. Okay. On to some Xbox news. Wait, no, I got one more thing. Donald Faison. Does anybody remember Donald Faison?
I know Donald Faison.
I know
From
Donald
Scrubs.
Faison from Scrubs.
Oh, from Scrubs.
Yeah.
Turk.
Okay. Scrub Daddy.
Or
Yeah.
Clueless, you know.
He's in
Yes.
Clueless.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I love that you like classic white girl romantic movies. It
I
really
mean,
just
it's my thing, bro.
I love
I
it.
don't know.
I do too.
I love
It's
that
so great.
in the biggest way. He is so in his legacy of this. He is joining the Powerpuff Girls series as
Nice.
Dr. Utonium,
Who is the
the
dad?
one who creates
Yeah.
the Powerpuff Girls. I'm like, yes,
Great.
Yes.
yes, let's
That'll
watch.
That'll be
Is this some
spectacular.
Movie or a
It's a-
reboot show?
I
or?
think it's a series.
series.
Am I the only one that saw the thing today that said, please stop asking us if it's a porn because they're like three girls
Ew.
wearing? I have to find it.
Ugh.
Okay, weirdos out there.
Sorry.
Please
So
stop.
You're
it's like
scrolling through the
obviously-
wrong subreddit.
Yeah,
no, It
seriously.
was a friend of mine that shared an image of like not an
Oh, a
undercard.
friend of yours? Okay.
Yeah, that
Stop
says
it.
all we need to know.
But they shared an image of the Powerpuff Girls outside of set, and they're obviously wearing those 60 styles like dresses
Like
with
the
the black.
go-go
Yeah,
dresses?
yeah, that's what they look like. And somebody said it was like it posted what it was about, what the post was about, and then it said like in parentheses underneath, okay, please, this is a real movie. Please stop asking us if this is a porn. Because
it's an actual movie.
yes,
No, it's a series.
It's live
for a
action?
series.
Yeah.
Is it
I couldn't believe it.
I think we're spending too much time on the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
I'm
Moving
sorry.
on.
I'm
I
sorry.
gotta know who
I
plays
literally
Mojo
just
Jojo
read it and
now.
was like, oh my
I
gosh,
do
it's
want to know
ridiculous.
who plays, not Mojo Jojo, the devil guy.
I don't
Oh,
know.
the
I want to
sexy
know who
devil.
plays the sexy devil. That's really what I want
In
to
the
know.
high heels.
Oh my god, it's so weird. Like looking back, you're like, why did I watch this as a child?
And then I look at the stuff that my boys think is funny, and I'm like, what is this idiotic crap that you're watching? Turn it off.
You should have seen what I watched as a kid. Ooh.
I watched Ghostbusters and
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
Ninja
Turtles.
Turtles?
Yeah,
Would
me
you
too.
like to fight me over this?
Gargoyles?
Rescue Rangers.
Little
Gargoyles.
Sometimes
gargoyles.
a little Dexter's Laboratory. Now that we're on the
Nah, well,
Cartoon
no.
Network. No,
You know what?
Okay.
Dexter's Lab is one of those I went back to and I tried to watch it. And I'm like, this does not hold up.
Yeah.
I love
This
Dexter's
isn't
Lab.
aging. This isn't aging.
Yeah.
Dragon
like,
Ball
oh,
Z
boy.
holds up for me. Dragon Ball Z was one of my favorites.
Yeah. Get some action every 9 episodes.
Little
Oh,
Rugrats.
little video game news here. EA patents an adaptive difficulty system that keeps you playing their games longer. I posted this and was kind of like, what does this mean? Like, I don't know what this could mean. And
Probably a microtransaction.
a good
It is
friend of
EA.
ours, well, it's AI, so that's really not much artificial intelligence to buying.
Is it
little
like
things.
a difficulty level, like where it raises
So-
and lowers based on your skill?
It is a learning AI.
Okay.
So if you start doing things and reacting a certain way to a room, let's say if you are in a first-person shooter, you walk in the room and your habits are to clear the room from left to right. It's going to see that you do that and make countermeasures to trap you and stop you when you go in to do those things and make you adapt your gameplay to overcome those challenges.
This is how the machines take over.
It is. Skynet is going
We're
so
teaching
live.
them.
we're in the alpha right now.
I'm surprised they haven't come up with this earlier, though.
Yeah. And I want to see how that really goes in practically.
That's a lot of processing power.
It is. And it's really interesting. So the graphic they used for that was the Star Wars graphic. So I'm like, okay, are they waiting to see if you hit, we all have done this, been in the fighting game or been in the situation where you're going to walk in, chuck 2 grenades, throw some fire down, find somewhere to hide, and get there to reload before you make your next move. So this game is going to try to find ways to stop you from doing said thing.
Or if you want to beat Goro, you just do jumping kicks.
That's
3
right.
times in a row, and it just keeps knocking them down every single
Yep,
time.
he can't handle it with all those arms, and all he wanted was to learn how to read. Okay, moving on. And thank you to my buddy Matt Sievers who commented and cleared that up for me because I had no idea what I was looking at. But I appreciate you, Matt. Thanks, buddy.
Better be right.
He better be right, or we will call him back out. You will no longer be considered a big fan of the show, Matt.
Hold on. So is this all EA games are doing this?
Well, if EA owns the patent, I would imagine so, but they don't list specific properties to games that'll have that.
All right, because Madden might actually be fun again,
Well, that's another interesting thing because I think Madden, there's a big hashtag right now to drop EA because Madden, the most recent one with the
It's trash.
Lamar Jackson, that right there.
Yeah.
So NFL
The
fans,
sad part is I don't even
myself
play it.
included, are like, this is a terrible game. Just stop going with this publisher. Now, Madden prints money.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They don't really care so much about the exclusivity and the way it looks and all that. They just want to know that they put out Madden, and for instance, here in Tampa Bay, you slap Tom Brady on the cover, we're going to go buy it. For this guy right here, you slap Derrick Henry on the cover, he's going to go buy it.
No, I'm not. I will not perpetrate that curse. My boy is running for another 2K this year.
That means he's going to run for
Speaking
2,000 yards in the season, Mark, just for
Oh.
you. Just so you
Speaking
know.
2 kilometers?
Speaking of,
Really? Wow.
Not to get a little sportsy, but speaking of Tom Brady,
What about him?
I just saw that there's going to be a Funko released.
Oh, wow. You can speak up for the kids at home. What'd you say?
Funko Tom Brady release home jersey.
Already?
Buccaneers. Oh yeah.
Oh.
I just sent you the screenshot.
Oh,
Sorry.
my
I'm releasing
Lanta.
Funko news. It's sports stuff too, but
If he's got 7 rings on his finger, I'll buy it just because.
there's
Yeah,
also a
that's
Tua
incredible.
Tagovailoa.
That's cool. And also a Josh Jacobs. All my Alabama boys are getting Funkos.
Anyway,
moving on.
You
Back
need
to
some
the
more
story.
shelves in here.
Nintendo and Xbox have eyed a return to E3 2021. You excited?
E3 still a thing?
Nope. It's all virtual. You don't get to go. You
See you
don't get
next
to
year.
see it. It's all virtual.
You get to
I really
see
want
it.
the Tampa Con to be in real life.
I'm
it is
ready
happening
for
this year.
cons
I
to
hope
come back.
so.
MegaCon Orlando is in August.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, but I
we
want
are going
Tampa
to cons
be in
this
July
year.
again.
But yeah. Either way, it's June 12th is E3, and it is going to be a reimagined all virtual event.
How do you reimagine a Zoom meeting?
It's not reimagined at this point.
I mean,
You're
at least you
just,
can wear your pajamas.
yeah, you're just doing a presentation. It's not reimagined.
It's
was
like
gonna
the
say,
DC Fandom.
It just isn't going to smell like BO
I watched like
in
a
the
minute and a half
concert hall.
entirely in a couple of different moments.
So
Awful.
Speaking of other stuff like that, MLB the Show, which is a Major League Baseball game that's been exclusive to PlayStation since its inception, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Is now getting pushed by Major League Baseball to say, no, we don't want to be PlayStation exclusive anymore. Go to Xbox too. And I wonder, is that a shift in the power dynamic a little bit that they did that? All the PlayStation guys at home were like, no. And all the Xbox guys at home were like, yeah, uh-huh.
Why should anything be exclusive
I
anymore?
agree.
It's ridiculous.
It's stupid. Same thing happened with the Marvel Avengers game. They came out and said, hey, guess what, PlayStation fans? You're the only ones getting Spider-Man. And all the Xbox boys, myself included, were like,
Oh, I was
this
mad
is
about
stupid.
Yeah.
We all want Spider-Man.
You guys ever get that Master Chief Xbox exclusive for the Avengers game?
No, I did not. No, I didn't.
No, I made that up last time we talked about
Oh,
it. You're
okay.
like, what would they do if they were to do an
what is-
Xbox exclusive? I'm like, I don't know, Master Chief.
That would be
Yeah.
cool. Xbox exclusive could have been Punisher. You'd have gotten more sales. No, that's not
it.
true.
I wonder if it's gonna
Everybody
be
loves Spider-Man.
cross-plat, too.
Yeah.
No, I think we said it last time. Wolverine would have been the way to even the ball.
Ooh. That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Man, I like that idea better than mine.
But it's
I'm
not
just a Punisher fanboy,
It's
so.
not an exclusive property, though, so they wouldn't
Yeah.
do that.
Well, yeah, that's true, but they could.
They should just give everything
They
away,
could.
considering the sales
Yeah.
for that game.
Yeah, it's turning up with the Hawkeye stuff. But anyway, I thought that would be cool.
Why is
MLB
Hawkeye
The
bald?
Show.
I don't like it. I saw him on
Why'd
the
he shave his
cover
head?
of it, and I'm like, I'm
I know.
out. I don't even
I
want it.
actually
What's
didn't
wrong with
even
bald
want it.
people?
I didn't like it either.
But when you go to see Hawkeye, like one of the biggest problems, I guess, with this game, too, that people had was that they don't really look much like the people that played them in the movies, which they were trying to avoid.
Yeah, you got to
But
pay
then
them.
you see Hawkeye bald, you're just like, that ain't right, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
What did you do to my Hawkeye?
Yeah.
if you make it look like Robert Downey Jr., you have to pay Robert Downey Jr.
That's
royalties.
true. That's true.
Same
But
reason
hey,
the action figures
but
are a little off. too.
Hawkeye doesn't look like anybody.
Yeah.
So throw this blonde tips on there. Although in other skins he does have hair,
Okay.
and it looks correct, and he looks badass. But his main Hawkeye get up, the black with the purple, he's bald. Whatever.
Yeah, I didn't see anything else. I haven't even turned that thing on in God knows
Yeah.
how long.
Bald is beautiful.
On to some MCU news. Just bring this up quickly because it seemed like a no-brainer. Black Panther, quote from Ryan Coogler about addressing people saying that they shouldn't do a Black Panther 2, that without Chadwick Boseman, you shouldn't do it. And he quoted as saying Chadwick would not have wanted us to stop doing Black Panther. And everything we've heard from that set, that we've heard from Chadwick, that we've seen in the reaction to the Black Panther movie, he's absolutely right.
yeah, and he knows him. We do not.
Yeah. I 1,000% agree that if they asked Chadwick right now, they had one more chance to ask him a question, he'd be like, "Don't stop this."
Yeah.
Black
He might
Panther
even have
cannot die
He'd be
alongside
like,
him. He would
recast T'Challa, too.
Yeah, he probably would have.
Yeah, but that's hard to make that decision.
Yeah,
Outside of that,
and
No, it
you're
ain't.
you're dealing with a lot there when you're not Chadwick Boseman, because
I don't-
the only person who could have said that was Chadwick Boseman.
I truly don't mean to assume, but I would think that somebody would actually know the true feeling that he had, because if he knew that he was,
yeah,
sick,
Dying.
Yeah, then I feel like, I mean, not that his opinions would super sway, but at the end of the day, I feel, I mean,
it alleviates some of that feeling and some of that.
I feel like there is an actual factual like opinion that has been grabbed from him prior to his untimely departure.
Yeah.
You know, that, I mean, he would not have wanted T'Challa and that entire character and that entire family and storyline and world to be wiped out with him. Like, that's, I don't buy that from anybody who gets to play a character like that. Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And he had every intentions, like we've talked about before, every intention of continuing that character.
I agree. And we'll jump back into that here in just a second. We are going to take a small break for our commercials. We will be back right after that, so stick around. If you do listen to them, thank you very much. We appreciate you. You're really helping us out. And we will be right back. Thank you. And we're back. Thank you so much for choosing Alter Ego Radio Podcast Show. I'm your host, Jack Austin. Here with me is Mark. How you doing, Mark?
We're doing intros again?
Great.
All right.
Here's Ryan. No, I'm kidding.
Is this your, I was going to say, is this your radio voice that you hate
so
much?
back to Black Panther. People are going to be listening like, what just happened?
Are we listening to the same show?
Somebody's going to react and go, please never do that again.
Oh
I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
Never,
They just had to
ever,
listen
ever.
to the same Publix ad 3 times in a row. Now
Right,
have
they did.
to listen to
Oh,
us.
good. And there he is.
Thank God these transitions
How
were seamless
much
into the
do I
commercial
love this?
break.
Yeah, right. We cut Megan off with a machete. Shut up about Black Panther. We got to do commercials.
I know. They were eyeballing each other like, will
We
she
were.
ever stop talking?
We were looking at each other
I
very
was
longingly
briefly offended.
and like, boo.
Briefly offended. I didn't realize, whatever.
You know who else is offended?
Tony
Court
and
Supply.
Ellis.
Tony
Into the
Nellis.
Spider-Verse 2.
When's it coming?
Christopher Daniel Barnes reportedly in talks to join the Into the Spider-Verse 2 universe as 90s animated Spider-Man,
Nice.
which is very, very cool. This guy, and I took a moment to IMDb him, he has a quite extensive history with Spider-Man, and I'm going to go ahead and look him back up here again.
Read me his MDib.
I'm about to. Daniel Barnes. Christopher Daniel Barnes. There he is. Good guy. Plays a good Spider-Man, I swear. You guys will love him. He's like, thwip, thwip, baby. Here we go.
Thwip, thwip.
He did Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. He played Electro in that. Whatever. But in Ultimate Spider-Man, the TV series, he played Spider Knight and Electro there as well. Spider-Man Unlimited, he played Electro. Okay, he played a lot of Electro.
Typecast.
But in Marvel The Amazing Spider-Man 2, he was Donald Menken. I don't know who that is.
Oh, no, he's working his way down.
Yeah, actually, I'm working way back, so he's working into Electro. Spider-Man Edge of Time, he played Spider-Man, which is a video game.
Oh,
He played Spider-Man 2099.
Edge of Time.
Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, he played Spider-Man Noir.
Oh, I played that.
Let's see, he's got a few more, I think. He was in Law and Order, so sign me right up.
Definitely
As
someone.
Electro.
Yeah, no, but it's been a while. But he's played a lot of Spider-Mans. That one was for the Wii. Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. Huh. Well, anyway, I think he's gonna do a great job. Good for him. Hope he kills it. Into the Spider-Verse 2. We excited? Because I'm pretty sure we are.
You hear that too,
Yes.
What? What did we hear?
I believe when he
We hear nothing. You like that? Like that smooth transition?
Ooh. This new studio is just something else.
It's good.
You're getting so good at
life
editing.
of its own.
You're just like,
Sliced it, baby.
Can you do the Spider-Man sounds again?
Thwip, thwip, baby.
Thwip, thwip.
Netflix. I'm upset about this one.
What?
Yeah. Netflix struck a deal with Sony to bring Spider-Verse movies to Netflix. I know.
now I gotta
posted
renew
this,
Netflix again.
And some
Son of a
people were
bitch.
like, yeah, that's awesome. Woo! I'm like, no. Just put it on Disney Plus.
Effing dumb.
Yeah,
So Spider-Man, Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home is never going to be...
homeschooled.
Oh, yeah. Golly.
Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound was my one I was going to use. It's not going to be on the Disney Plus, so you can't just watch them. You're going to have to jump back and forth, and this just makes me sad that Disney is never going to get their hands on the Spider unless
They buy Sony.
they buy Sony.
Well, this is a good thing because,
No.
I mean, it's not the best case scenario, but it's not the worst because right now, all that stuff is not available on anything.
Right.
Spider-Man Far From Home,
Stars.
Homecoming, all that. Yeah. Who the hell has stars?
Somebody.
I do
Ryan.
when it pops up in my Hulu. And
Somebody
I'm like,
out in
I really
the world
wanna
was
watch
like,
this.
I got it.
Oh, you gonna give me a free trial? I'll take that.
He signed up
Boom.
for 17 free trials. He has so many email addresses.
I do.
So many IPs. Yeah,
never
so that
catch
means,
on
but that
either.
doesn't mean Spider-Man. That means they get Venom, they get Morbius, they get any of those other characters.
But we all have Netflix, so it's a good distribution point. We all wanted it back at Disney, but it ain't going to happen.
And let's
We
be
want
honest,
those universes to cross over. We want those characters to. I don't know. I'm not a
Spider-Man's the only,
fan.
gonna
I mean,
be
I
the
don't-
only good one.
I don't give a shit if Morbius shows up in the MCU, so...
You're right.
Well, I mean, when they do the Sinister Six and all that other stuff, I mean,
Yeah.
I want to be able to see them interact with other people. And now, maybe do they need to be an integral part? No. But still, I want that universe to be as big as it can be. And believe it or not, the Spider-Verse is huge.
Bold of you to assume that they're going to do the Sinister Six.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, they're going to.
You're going to get like the Terrific Trio
Yeah.
or something. They're going to give you like half of them.
No, they're going to get the Sinister Six. They've already introduced the Vulture. They've got Venom. They just need Dr. Octavius.
They got Scorpion.
They got Scorpion. They need Goblin.
Vulture.
Well, I already said Vulture. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Other Vulture.
Other Vulture.
Vulture
Shock.
too.
They had
So
two
what?
shockers.
So who do they need? Who do they need? They need Electro, Rhino, Vulture, Scorpion, Venom, and Green Goblin.
And we saw Rhino.
So it'd just be Rhino, Green Goblin, and Electro from the one universe, from the
Yeah.
Amazing Universe.
Right.
And then it'll be the other three from the current universe.
Huh.
There's your 6.
Who does Otto Octavius in the new universe?
I don't know, but
Nope.
he's got to be able to rock a
Ooh.
mean bowl cut.
He really does.
Do they do like Into the Spider-Verse? They do.
Brilliant but lazy.
Or do they do Mrs.
That's where
Octavius?
I was watching that movie and just gave up on it. Anyway, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Did anybody see
No.
No.
the second Loki trailer that dropped?
Yes.
Jeez.
No.
Yes.
Owen Wilson.
Oh,
My man.
I am so happy with the way Owen Wilson is playing this character. It's just, it looks like it's going to be such a fun show. And my quote when I posted it was, "This looks like the best Marvel show since WandaVision."
How you guys feeling about Winter Soldier?
I'm loving it.
I don't
I
like
haven't watched the last episode, so
I haven't watched it either.
I'm loving it.
I trickled out. I want to get back in, but I watched the first two and I went, okay, and then just haven't gone out of my way.
I'm liking it. At the end of the episode, I think you two saw, and spoilers if you haven't seen anything from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think we're pretty heavily into spoilers at this point, but they're going to see Zemo.
Yes.
Yes.
They're like,
Yeah.
we got to see Zemo.
So, yeah, it's very interesting to see where they've gone from there. And I can't wait to see how it develops.
Yep, I'm going to finish it too in about 6 weeks.
There you go. So you're going to watch the first two, wait until the end. Smart strategy. Love it. Loving
See,
every
I watched
minute
the
of
first two because they're consecutive and because I know we're probably going to end up talking about
They weren't
it
consecutive.
somewhat.
They were separate.
it. They were
They
not
dropped the same
consecutive.
day, didn't they?
No.
Before you dive
Nope.
into some DC stuff, though.
No, when I watched it, they were both there.
Uh-oh. This is the thing. We found the
This
thing,
is
guys.
the thing, because it's not on his list. Because you just posted it today.
Hey, Megan, what's your thing?
What if?
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't
That
know.
was so.
What
The
if?
reason I didn't bring that up is because that is a cool trailer, but that's the one from December 2020.
I don't care.
It's still
Who's
the first.
excited for that
you
show?
guys see that trailer from 4 months ago?
It's
yeah.
the first time I saw it was today.
Oh, really?
It's really good.
Okay, let's move on.
I am
No.
disappointed in you.
We haven't talked about
I'm
it formally.
so excited for this series. Let me just tell you. Okay.
What
That's
are you
all.
most excited about?
The what or the if?
So
Chadwick Star-Lord.
I have always been an advocate for, well, yes, but I've always been an advocate for that, especially with like I've always said it like with the Disney stuff to where people are like, well, I can't be remaking the movies and they're blah. I like the fact that things are different. And I feel like this is a complete 180 of everything we've ever seen in the Marvel universe and seeing these characters in all different places and all different things, and it's just going to be kind of mind-blowing and fun. Like I'm excited for that excitement that's like, what if this person was ended up being here instead of, that's exciting to me.
I
Captain
want the
Britain.
Hulk to be Ant-Man.
Captain Britain. Exactly. Sorry, I just smacked your mic. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's like
And
so cool. You already have a super soldier. You know what I mean?
First time,
I was
Wow.
so
Like
like
that.
enveloped in this.
Guys,
In
if only you
charge
could
of our
see that.
sound effects department.
Boosh, badoosh, douche.
So then there was explosion. It was like, bro!
Stop
And I
it.
was like, I was going to jump on. I was like,
mine was much better than that.
and then
You
it was
know
like,
it.
"Brrr."
I loved it.
But we're also getting Marvel Zombies for the first time.
I
in
know.
action.
Oh,
That's what I was
okay.
excited for.
I was too. Like that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It's just such a different, like, it's just a very different sense of what we're used to seeing, and I love that different spin on things.
I like
and-
multiverse stuff, so
I do too.
Yeah, the zombies is when I was
So
like, okay.
it's a super creative idea, and I
Yeah.
like it. And Chadwick Boseman, I guess, recorded the voices for that, right?
almost everybody.
So
Downey's in it.
Yeah.
Chris Evans is in it. Like everybody's reprising their roles voice wise.
For What If, yeah.
yeah,
Especially
I love that.
Samuel Jackson's in that one too.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm just super stoked for that because I love that. It's so unknown, and that's the type of stuff that really kind of
Yeah, I want to see
Gets me.
T'Challa Star-Lord too.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
And that's been Megan's breaking news.
That
Sorry.
was the breaking
December.
news from 4 months ago, starring Megan Austin.
you make me sound so stupid.
So
Wow.
they might not have thought out that Star-Lord thing.
I didn't want to bring it
good.
up, but since you did, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that
love it.
Star-Lord thing this was all before. Like it was all recorded and done.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm
Last
just
year.
saying. Even is it the same story as like Star-Lord? Is he just taking his place?
We don't know.
Yeah,
don't
we
know
have no
yet.
idea.
That's why you
it's
gotta
what if that-
watch it.
'Cause
What
I
if
was
that
gonna say,
ship went out to
taking
Wakanda?
a ship and just
Ryan,
picking up
this
a
is
black
one
guy
you can
and-
actually watch
know?
each week.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it's not a
'cause
congruent
it's not
story.
a continuous story. Yeah.
He'll still
man.
Yep, yeah. I don't have that kind of patience.
That's all right. We'll have
What do
to
you
do
mean? It's not a continuous story. I'm out.
we'll have to do bi-weekly updates.
Yeah.
Okay, so DC news. There is some good DC news. The first one I'll start with is kind of so let's just get past it.
Let's just say it.
Let's just push through.
Justice League, Joss Whedon brought up again.
Yeah, what the hell's going on
The
with this?
quote about Joss Whedon. Somebody said this about him.
Yeah.
About him. It was about him and specifically Gal Gadot.
And it's like an
Good to know.
anonymous.
Yeah, anonymous
source.
report says Joss was bragging that he's had it out with Gal. He told her he's the writer and she's going to shut up and say the lines, and he can make her look incredibly stupid in this movie. Okay.
How did he work for Marvel for like 6 years and not have one bad thing come out about him?
Yeah.
That I remember.
Yeah.
And then for just this one movie,
To just
he is just being,
light him up.
yeah. Like apparently he rubbed everybody the wrong way.
Yeah, apparently
According
so.
to reports. Maybe working for DC will do that to you.
But that's the thing. That's what I want to know. Is it the Marvel structure? Because Marvel structure is
They got the
Feige
shit on lockdown.
and is all their producers, and they say, "Hi, here's our story. Here's how we want it to look. Here's how you're going to do it. We're going to give you creative freedom, but here's what you have to keep. Here's what you have to do, and here is how our heroes are going to look."
yeah.
I don't know. That was the lamest one, so we're going to move on from that. The Batman, the Robert Pattinson. Did we talk about this?
A while ago.
They've come out and said that this Batman takes place on Earth 2.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
DC came out and said Pattinson's Batman is on Earth 2.
That don't make no sense.
Am I supposed to care more now?
Ryan,
It's supposed to
don't
be.
do this to me.
This is what he's been dreaming of. This
That
is gonna
doesn't
be,
line up though.
I'm. Hey, listen, man. I didn't write it,
All right.
but interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How can we change Batman and make it better? Let's put it on Earth too.
that's what I think. It was like, well, we wanted this one, and then Batfleck's kind of killing it now. So this is Earth 2. This is Earth 2, and Flash can run really fast and get there somehow.
Somehow DC is even more of a mess now. Like
Yeah.
it's just
After Flashpoint, it will be the mess.
yeah. They think Flashpoint's going to clean it all up. It's only going to make things more confusing.
We'll see,
Just clean the slate.
and we'll see in theaters, won't we?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody going to no theater.
Black Adam starts filming as the time of you're hearing this started filming the week of 4/5. So the week of April 5th, Black Adam has already started filming.
I saw that post. I was like, oh boy,
The Rock looks like an unnatural, swole human being.
is he a human being? Because I'm not quite sure.
Listen, everybody in this room, if they gave us an exorbitant amount of money and our own gym and these properties to do what we wanted with, we could do pretty well. I don't think The Rock is the greatest actor. I think he's a very charismatic guy. Mm-hmm. He has huge presence. He doesn't have to say something to be that huge presence on screen. And I think his best acting he's ever done was Walking Tall.
Yeah.
So
he's
I
pretty
don't
good
know.
in Ballers as well. Have you ever watched Ballers on
I
HBO?
have seen a little bit of Ballers, but that seems like his. So he's from Miami, so that seems kind of homegrown to him.
Have you not seen Young Rock?
No, I will not be watching Young Rock.
I watched 2 episodes. That's okay.
That's one that I will say I'm going to join Ryan and not watch.
Randall Park is in that one.
I love him. Yeah, great. Last bit of news for this one, then we'll get into our feature presentation. Is they're trying to start a petition to get a Deathstroke series on HBO Max starring Joe Manganiello.
Sign me up.
Sign me up twice, okay? Give me 2 of those. I want to see an HBO-ified, bloody, gory Deathstroke. Yeah. That is just cutting, ripping, and shooting through everything that exists. And I want an older Slade Wilson like we get at the end of Batman v Superman.
Yes. So I was thinking about this the other day, and I could be
rather, sorry, Justice League.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I know what you meant. Okay. So we had Game of Thrones from HBO.
Yeah.
And then we had Westworld from HBO.
Uh-huh.
What is the new big HBO thing? Is there one? Because they had that Raised by Wolves or whatever, and it came out, and literally nobody talked about it.
Yeah.
That was like their big push. Their advertising campaign was through the roof. What is their thing now? I have HBO. I don't even know what the hell's on it.
I still just watch The
I
Wire.
think they're still trying to get in on more Game of Thrones. They're trying to do more
So
series
all
and
their-
hype you about that.
Yeah, everything they're trying
Westworld's
to
still
do.
around, right? I mean, it's still a
Yes,
thing.
but they take big gaps between seasons. They
Yeah.
take their time.
Mm.
So it's like imagine having a show like Game of
so
Thrones.
right now
and
it's
then-
just the movie releases. That's the big thing.
Yeah, I guess that's filling that gap for them.
You know
But
what?
I'll see an HBO series every now and again, and it looks like they're not putting that effort into marketing it and pushing it the way they used to, and that makes me believe that it's just not on the level of all these other series that I'm used to.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You stole my segue, you son of a bitch.
Oh, sorry about
You were
that.
like, yeah. I was like, oh, it's all movies on HBO Max, like Godzilla versus Kong.
No, I'm still talking. So anyways. Don't interrupt me. It's rude.
That's true. That's true. Interrupt you in your own home. That'd be terrible. Oh, boy.
When did I buy all these fucking pop figures?
Oh, boy. Speaking of King Kong, he's right there.
Yeah, he
on
is.
our wall. Yeah.
With a little helicopter.
Next to the Predators and Godzilla.
Okay, so let's just put this out of the way right
Let's
now.
get into it.
Godzilla's like,
Whoa.
Spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
Yes, thank you.
For
Okay.
Godzilla versus Kong on
Yeah.
HBO Max.
Are we going to
and-
do a silent vote right now as to whether we liked it or didn't like it really quick?
Silent vote?
Yeah.
It's
off the
great for
podcast.
podcasting.
Yeah. Silent
Yeah,
vote.
silent vote. That sure. Raise your hand if you liked it. There we go. All right. 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 liked it.
I gave the
it's
sideways
one,
thumb.
Half, none.
Wow.
Yeah. So Ryan and I are kind of sideways
3
thumbed.
halves.
Yeah,
huh?
I only went to here. I didn't go to here.
Yeah.
I'm maybe 2/3 of the way
Oh,
up there.
sorry. We didn't say how high our hand needed to be raised to equal a yes.
If it just stops at halfway.
Man, for me, this movie was like a Fast and the Furious movie.
Really?
Wasn't great, but it was entertaining.
Huh.
I think. Okay, so generally I liked it. But
Overall, yeah.
Okay.
But I feel like not seeing it in theaters was a big game changer for me because I've seen all the other ones in theaters.
You
Okay.
just
I think
wasted a bunch of money.
I think it made that much of a difference where I'm just like, I'm not as sucked into this because it's a dumb universe. It's a monster universe. Like you don't come for the great writing, you don't come for the storytelling.
You are
You come
there
for the buildings
watch
to get smashed
Yeah,
over and
smashy.
Like I said, it's a Fast and Furious movie.
monsters
Yeah.
See
fighting.
explosions.
Yeah.
You want to see driving fast, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Like I've never seen a Fast and Furious movie at my house.
in
And
that
I don't
regard,
think I ever will.
in that
not on
regard,
purpose, at least.
I
see it
think
at the
that
theaters,
is
though.
why. In that regard, I think that's why this movie was better than the other monster movies. Stop trying to show me all these human characters I don't care about. I want to watch Godzilla and Mothra and King Ghidorah and King Kong. I want to see Rodan. I want to see all these monsters fight. I don't care about who wants to build the next mega conglomerate and take over the monsters. I don't care.
So that's kind of what I took away as a positive, is that, obviously I don't know this world very much or very well. So throughout I was like, who's that? When it was like a new big monster, what are they called? Not Titans. Are they Titans?
They're
They are
Titans.
Titans.
Okay. So anytime like a new one would be, I would look at him and it'd be like, who's that one?
Who's that?
Who's that one? And I loved it and I was so excited. But that's what I kind of loved about it, is that it did kind of, with it's not unearthed. What is it? Hollow Earth.
Hollow Earth, which
I
is something that
loved
was
that.
discovered here in this movie.
Right. And I loved that. And I don't know if that's a part of like the original sort of story or whatever, but
The original
I love
was
that because
two minimum wage stuntmen fighting in costumes.
okay, cool.
Very sweaty
So
costumes.
no, I don't think they tackled Hollow Earth.
No,
in the first
I mean,
one.
like, I don't really know where this stems from. Is it stem from like books
I think Hollow Earth is in some forms of the lore, but not in the original, like 70. I think it was
Right.
1973.
But I
like
love
King Kong
I love the
versus-
way that they made the world, and I love that they made it really kind of about them and where they're from, and kind of where I loved that. My problem with it, and like I told him, I wasn't ready to be emotionally impacted by this movie. Like I went into it and I was like, I can't pick. I don't know. So the outcome,
Choose your side.
Wait.
right.
Oh, you mean what monster you wanted to cheer for?
Right. So
They
like
decided
the
for
outcome,
you,
I
it's
was
fine.
a part of me like afterward was only a smidge disappointed, like just because the advertisements were one survives. You know what I mean? And you're
Yeah,
just
which
kinda
was
like,
never going to happen.
And I honestly, when I was watching it, I could see where this is going right now, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
I-
The
I-
one thing that to me was like, these two franchises weren't going to let themselves look terrible.
Yeah.
And the way they booked it was, this is the clash of the Titans. These are the two apex predators on the planet going at it. And the way I felt they portrayed King Kong was he was kind of the junior. He was the undercard. He wasn't as imposing as Godzilla, which made sense because in the movie he's in captivity.
Yeah.
And they're able to move and manipulate him. So to me, they started Kong on a lesser tier.
yeah.
They didn't put him up there to be this juggernaut that I thought somehow he was going to still be on Skull Island, in which he was, but he's in some observatory.
Yeah, he was in the Tropicana Dome.
Yeah, and I was like, what is this? Like, okay.
I didn't
but-
see that coming.
Yeah.
That happened. I went, all right, plot twist.
Yeah.
Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, but I don't know. Did you guys feel that way, that they made Kong feel like a lesser player?
Oh, absolutely.
when you put it out like that, it definitely makes sense. However, at the same time, I'm going to have to step away for a second. But at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, so Kong is a monkey. He has intelligence. He has, you know what I mean? So, like, at the same time, it makes sense that he would be easily manipulated as opposed to Godzilla, who doesn't have that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it kind of makes sense. But at the same time, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. With him in chains, I'm like on the boat, and then they tried,
Yeah.
and it's like, come on, this is supposed to be the big bad thing. Godzilla comes and he gets, the help, and then he barely makes it out alive.
Right.
The first time, I was a little hyped when he kind of goes to the Hollow World, gets its throne, picks up that
The Godzilla axe.
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, now he's about to go and put in work.
Yeah.
And then, man, he got his ass knocked out.
Well, see, that was the thing. They go, oh, round one goes to Godzilla. And I'm like, okay, so this is going to make sense for round one to go to Godzilla. But because they were on the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah, he's
like,
on a ship chained down. Like, what is he
Yeah,
going to
right.
do?
So Godzilla's like, yeah, you're in his territory. You're in the water, and he's going to house him. He's going to take care of Kong. And I was like, this makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then they say round one goes to Godzilla, and I'm like, okay, I can buy that. And
see-
then it's like you said, he goes to the Hollow Earth, gets that axe. Round two, baby. And I liked round two because it didn't show a big influx of power for Kong having been on land, but it showed definite advantages that he had. He was not a sitting duck anymore.
Nope.
He could run around. He could get shifty through the buildings, which is something Godzilla just couldn't do.
No.
And then after that, I was like, okay, 1-1. And then round three starts right there. I was like, damn.
I honestly thought the movie was going to be over in like the first 10 minutes when he's on the boat and he just drowns. I'm like, greatest
So
movie
that's
I've
kind
ever
of what I
watched
was gonna say
podcast ever. Let's go.
is
It's
that
nice and short. Let's
That's
go.
where I was kind of like, this is a super disadvantage for round one because
Yeah.
obviously he is a sitting duck, like you said, and you're in Godzilla's territory because he can function on land and on water. So it was. I liked it, but it was difficult to kind of watch and compare them because obviously Godzilla is kind of always a head above him, and maybe that's why it ended the way that it did. But
and they had already established him in the first, because this is a universe, this is a continual thing.
Okay, and
they
see, that's
established
the
it
other thing for
as
me is I hadn't seen
Godzilla
it.
is the king.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
see,
like, okay.
I hadn't
So
seen any of the other ones.
They
so
had
I
to
didn't
name a whole
know.
movie after it.
yeah,
that was
Godzilla,
like-
king of monsters.
And they literally said,
Yeah.
"Oh, he's the king once again."
yeah, and they're saying, well, we don't want King Kong to come out because then Godzilla's going to find him and kill him. And I'm like, okay, so you've already set him up to fail.
Hell, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, make it to where Kong is on Skull Island and nobody has ever come to go toe-to-toe with him.
Yeah, see, I honestly thought this was like a one-off movie too. Like it had nothing to do with the universe.
Yeah.
But as it's coming on, I don't know if you guys caught it too, but like all
They had all the
monster
clips.
fights that were like in March Madness
Yep.
brackets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so this is a continuation. These are the last two left.
And I hadn't seen
And-
Godzilla until like a couple days before that. He was
Right.
like, he just put it on, and I was like, oh, okay, because we're getting ready to watch this. And I honestly, I liked that one more than this one.
The
and I
original-
liked
the first
Skull
one was
Island more.
Cranston?
No, King of Monsters.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I liked it. I liked that one a lot. I liked that, Millie Bobby Brown,
Yeah.
moves into this, and I liked that it was, it was a very enjoyable, entertaining movie. There's a little hype. I mean, like all day, I was kind of like, okay, well, one survives,
Yeah.
and so I was kind of like,
No.
no, and so or one falls is what it says. Is what it says. One falls, so it's kind of misleading in
They
my
went
opinion.
full Batman versus Superman on
Yeah.
this
But
one.
when we started watching it, it's literally one of those things that I felt like I had emotionally prepare for, and then at the end, I was like, "Oh, that wasn't so bad."
Well, it's just this was
like
so,
I was hyped.
Yeah, it was just it's so weird to me that they tried to make a giant city destroying monkey sympathetic and try to make us feel sad for King Kong. Like, oh my god, he's under stuff. He's in the water and he can't breathe. Oh my god, King Kong, he likes a little girl and they talked and they sign language. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, he's a big fucking monkey and he knocks down buildings.
Yeah.
Stop trying to make me cry about King Kong.
Well, I mean, he was
I
the
would've
one
cried
to
if
be
something happened to him.
sympathetic with.
Yeah.
Although they make you sympathetic about Godzilla in
Yeah,
both
because
other
he gets
movies.
his
Well, I
ass
don't-
beat.
We don't need that.
Yeah, I was.
Has
mad
anybody
when
else here
Godzilla
watched
didn't finish it.
King Kong movies and Godzilla movies
But
from
see,
the
it's
60s?
all-
That's not what
it's all-
they did.
Yeah.
But anymore, it's all fanfare and how people feel. That's all the world is about.
And as far as that's
unfortunately.
concerned, I will say of all three franchises, the human characters were the best in this movie.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
agree. I agree.
By
Except-
far.
yeah, I
And there
agree
was
with that.
definitely an A squad
yeah.
and a B squad.
There was an A squad and a B squad for sure. I think Squad A had Alexander Skarsgård. I liked his group. I
Yeah.
thought he was very well done, being somebody who studies Titans and being terrified of them at the same
Wait,
time.
you think that was Squad A?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I like them better than Millie Bobby Brown's squad.
To be quite honest, I didn't care about either one of those.
Yeah.
squads.
yeah.
Just give me the
No, you're right.
monsters.
Oh,
Just
and
show
how
me
about-
monsters
How
killing
about the
things.
big, I'll put air quotes, surprise
The Mecha.
of Mecha Godzilla?
Who
And
was
as soon as they
surprised?
mentioned him, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
we know what's going to happen.
Yeah, in the first probably 2 minutes of the movie, they're like, we got to go to this robotics engineering plant. I'm like, all right.
All right, so we can
When
explain.
they
wonder
showed
what
the
they're
big
doing.
eye or the big orb there, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, all right, we got it.
Was that supposed to be his eye or
Yeah.
the thing in his throat?
That's
I
his
couldn't figure
eye.
it out.
That was
okay.
his eye.
So I didn't know if it was the thing that did the atomic breath or not.
Maybe you're right.
Because it shows when they zoom in on the mouth, they both kind of look the same, so I couldn't figure out which one it was. But I just they went with a more of a hyper realistic world in this than
Yeah.
they have previously, which I appreciated. It's more comic booky.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that Hong Kong was all neon.
That was pretty
And
cool.
the characters were just straightforward. They're like, this is a person and this is what he does.
Yep.
You don't have to figure it out. There's no emotional baggage. There's
Yep.
no, I lost my daughter.
Everybody that was a bad guy was a bad guy.
Yeah. I don't have a reason for being a bad guy. I just really like money.
Yep.
Yes, fine, perfect. That's
Yeah,
very
right.
comic
Can we
booky,
get back
like you
to
said.
Kong,
Yeah.
please?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really
So-
like money, and I lost my daughter to a monkey when I was 7.
And that's why I hate them.
That's why I built a giant robot.
So two things. Does the universe continue?
Oh, of
Yes.
course.
And do we see it take place in the Hollow Earth?
I hope so.
I mean,
oh my god,
that was my one question. Like, where do they go from here?
But how do you get Godzilla down there?
There's another apex predator down there. Let's say there's another apex predator inside the Hollow Earth that he needs to go down there and help Godzilla with.
Well, I was going to say, is this like an Avengers situation where they all have their individual movies? They come together, and then everybody splinters off and does their own individual movies.
I'd watch another Godzilla movie.
I'd watch it.
I'd watch another Godzilla movie and another King Kong movie.
Kong Hollow Earth movie.
King Kong Hollow Earth.
I was thinking that because it was just Kong Strawn, so this is Kong Hollow Earth.
Yeah, let's do it.
I agree.
And do we see any returning characters?
I don't know. I am going to need another theme song from Diddy on the next
From the
Godzilla.
distance, we hear the tunes.
What do you think?
Yeah, they'll bring back.
You think Skarsgård comes back? Because right now, the most consistent person is Millie Bobby Brown and her father.
Yeah.
They're coming back.
Which I love. Okay, I can't remember his name. It's the dude from Atlanta, the podcast guy.
Yes.
Oh, he was
him.
so good.
He's so good.
My
I
favorite
love him
part of the
and
movie is when
everything.
he walks into the sacrifice chamber and goes, "Ah!"
Yes.
and scares the shit out of everybody. And they're like, "Why did you do that?" He goes, "I don't know. It's just a big room."
I loved him so much.
See,
And
it
at
was
the
just
end, when he asks
straightforward.
his dad or asks her dad to come join his podcast,
You want to get on my podcast?
this is the guy that saved our lives. Big honor. I would love to get you on my podcast sometime.
Yeah.
You just saved my
Sounds
daughter.
like somebody
yes.
else I know.
What's that?
Sounds like somebody else I know.
Big fan of the show.
I like the tap water part. Drink tap water?
Oh yeah, so they call him Tap Water the rest of the movie. I don't know. I think Godzilla needs to lose next time. That's my take.
Yeah.
That's my hot take.
They did a very good job of making you not like Godzilla in this movie.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was mad Godzilla didn't finish Kong, bro.
We know you were.
One of them's got to go. They got to die.
You want to see cheeks clapped.
Cheeks got to get clapped.
Oh my gosh.
All right, everybody. Thank you. That'll be another episode of the Alter Ego Podcast. I've been your host, Jack Austin. Mark, Ryan, Megan, say goodbye to everybody. Tell them how much you love them.
Yeah.
Oh, so much.
See you next week.
Yep.